ask more than that.
You need salt and bacon.
I'd surely appreciate a little cornmeal if you've got it to spare.
I would, too. I've been hungering for hoe cake and fried cornmeal mush for a year of Sundays.
We got plenty in the storehouse. You can help yourselves.
Oh, thank you. Cornmeal's right here, Jim.
Thank you.
You got it?
Thanks again.
You bet.
I gave you the key to that locker, so I can't have any objection to you opening it up. I thought I just better find out why.
Sergeant, getting us into the mint is your job. Getting into the vault is mine. And if you had told me what you wanted, I would have come better prepared.
Better prevent. I've seen you blow up a railroad bridge with less dynamite than you got there.
That's true. And that bridge was made of pilings and planks, whereas the vault is of case-hardened steel.
So you drill a hole, plant a charge, blow it open.
Yes, I could do that in 6 or 8 hours.
25 minutes. Change the guards every 2 hours. The officer of the guard makes his round every 30 minutes.
Which means we'll need nitro.
Nitro. And how do you figure on getting that?
I'll make it. Out of dynamite. And with a little luck, I won't blow up the camp while I'm doing it. But it's a slow job, Sergeant. Slow and careful. And that's why I thought I had better get started now.
3 days. Does that give you enough time?
It should.
Good. What do you got there? Detonators. What'd you get there?
Gently, Sergeant. You keep shaking it and we'll both be missing an arm.
So Ponderosa the only place you could have got them?
Why not?
You'd steal anything just as long as it blows up, wouldn't you? Suppose the Cartwrights discover they're missing. They come down here, ask us what we intend to dynamite.
Well, Sergeant, I have every confidence that you will think of something to tell them.
Sergeant? Morning, gentlemen. Morning. They rode in to go to church. We thought we'd tie off our horses here so we wouldn't crowd the hitching rail down to church.
The services should be starting.
Yeah. Andy?
Sergeant.
I don't remember you as being much of a churchgoer.
Andy, the older you get, the more you start thinking about the hereafter, the great day of judgment. You know, I gotta be prepared for just about anything in my time of life.
Yeah, well, I got a notion that it's not salvation you got in mind.
Now, to tell you the truth, you're right. I've just been trying to make a favorable impression on the good citizens of Carson City.
Well, don't you think you'd be better off if you stayed out of sight?
No. No, I want to convince them that we're just as honest and decent, clean living, no different than they are. I mean it. Sure, maybe that way they'd let us stay put someplace for a while instead of running us out of the country all the time.
That's a good idea. As long as that's all you got in mind.
What else would I have in mind?
I don't know. An old sinner like you going to church seems a little strange.
Ah, no.
You better be careful. It's liable to get to be a habit.
Let's go find out. You son. I never saw Jackson and Perkins run from anything in my life. What happened?
I suppose I don't care for people looking over my shoulder.
They play games, see?
Those men have been soldiering for 30 years. They ought to know by now it takes more than fire to detonate dynamite. But besides, as I think I mentioned, I don't like anyone looking over my shoulder, Sergeant.
Your privilege. Next time you let me know. I'll take care of them.
Oh, fine, fine. While I'm out hunting you up, one of the men takes this bottle and shakes it, and you're short 2 men.
You telling me the truth, Jim? Is that stuff was it that touchy?
Touchy, Sergeant?
Yeah.
Nitro is the meanest stuff in the world to handle. Even when it's pure, as clear as water. Can't let it get too hot or too cold. You can't bump the container. You certainly better not drop it, unless you want to depart suddenly. And this stuff is a long, long way from being pure. Matter of fact, it reminds me of a batch I made once. Blew up. Just sitting in the shade. Nobody around. At least, I don't think there was anybody around.
How are you gonna get it from here to Carson City?
I'll fill the bottle clear to the top so it doesn't slosh. I'll put it in a box packed tightly with torn up blanket strips. And when we get there, if we get there, I'll show you a trick you've never seen.
How long is it gonna take you to open up the vault?
4 minutes, give or take 30 seconds. Of course, that's after we get to it. There'll be 4 sentries, one at each side of the building. And how do you propose to take them out?
Maybe I'll show you a little trick you never saw before.